Hey guys, recently I've been making a lot of videos about separation of church and state and freedom of speech. Well, there happens to be an issue in current events that covers both of those topics. I'm talking about France's decision on April 11, 2011 to ban the burqa, and to their decision back in 2004 to ban the hijab from public schools. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is what a hijab looks like. It's basically a headscarf. And this is a burqa. It's basically a ninja costume. Now, I'm still developing my views of separation of church and state. I just picked up this book from Philip Hamburger called Separation of Church and State. Hopefully that will help. But I'll share with you guys the direction that I'm leaning towards, and hopefully you'll share your opinions as well in the comment section. So back in 2004, France banned the hijab from schools, and the reasoning behind it is captured by this quote that the BBC News posted. I'll put a link to the full article down below. It says, "People need to remember that church and state are separate in France, and should be kept as such. This isn't about headscarves, it's about keeping religion out of schools." Now, if you want separation of church and state, I think that's the wrong way to go about it. I'd say that the state can't force me to wear a cross, but it also can't force me not to wear a cross. And I think the same thing should apply to the hijab. If the state comes in and tells me that I can't wear something because it has religious symbolism, then the state is anything but separate. Anyway, that brings us to the recent decision by France to ban the burqa. Now, oddly enough, I don't actually have a problem with banning the burqa, but hear me out. A couple years ago at Halloween, I had this ninja costume, and I was walking across campus to go to a costume party, which was actually hosted by a Bible study group. So this is like the most innocent thing ever. But anyway, this cop yells at me from like 20 feet away. He's like, "Hey, take off that mask!" And then comes over to me and starts like interrogating me as if I'm some actual ninja assassin. I guess my costume was convincing. But anyway, the point is that it's reasonable to prevent people from wearing masks, even though that cop was overreacting. Wearing a mask would pose a security threat. Wearing a mask makes it easier to get away with illegal behavior. But that's not the justification the French president gave at all. Their president, named Sarkozy, said this: "The burqa doesn't pose a religious question, but one of freedom. The burqa enslaves women, makes them prisoners, and deprives them of any social life. There is no place for the burqa within the French Republic." That is a terribly ironic way to promote freedom. France is pro-choice when it comes to a woman's ability to have an abortion, but they aren't even pro-choice when it comes to a woman's ability to choose her own wardrobe. Yeah! Freedom! As always, test everything, hold on to the good.